Welcome to NSG 229, Study Session 10, Female Education. Introduction. When you educate a man, you educate a person. But if you educate a woman, you educate a complete family. This is because the education of every child starts from the family, and the mother is the first teacher. The 10-10-10 Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which stated everyone has the right to education, supports the right of everyone, including female, to education. Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria does not support discrimination of any kind. In the World Summit of 2000, the importance of basic rights of a child, irrespective of the gender, to develop this include access to education, religion, and freedom of speech was highlighted. In some societies, the impression was that women of female education would end up in the kitchen, since to them, a woman's ultimate ambition is to be a housewife. As a result, the female Nigerian child is denied equal access to education as the male. The child survival rate is higher for children of educated mothers. In this study, therefore, you will learn about female education, importance of female education, promotion of women education, and female education in national development. Learning outcomes. At the end of the study, you should be able to 1. Define female education. 2. Discuss the importance of female education. 3. Highlight the various ways of promoting female education. 4. Discuss female education in national development. Female education. Female education is the process of training individuals of female gender morally and intellectually. This means empowering them to acquire knowledge and skill through schooling in an academic institution. Female education is considered to be one of the core rights which serve as the basis for achieving other rights. The figure below is a set of female pupils showing children education. It was discovered that the national rate for female illiteracy in Nigeria is 44% compared to her male counterpart of 210%. Statistics show that of the 774 million illiterate adults worldwide, education is one of the fundamental rights of individuals. Article 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly, states that everyone has the right to education. This shall be made free in the elementary and primary stages. Elementary education shall be made compulsory, while technical and professional education shall be made generally available. Higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. Parents have a proud right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Importance of female education. Female education can be seen as any combination of learning experiences designed to predispose, enable, and reinforce voluntary adoption of the female to socially acceptable ways of life. The principles determinants of early child health are the educational standard and health of the mother. An educated mother is able to provide some degree of protection through exclusive breastfeeding. Strategies aimed at improving the mother's skills at child rearing include educational programs to improve the literacy and knowledge of young women. Whether or not a child ultimately reaches the full potential of its genetic endowment depends on the mother. Long-term benefits of women education include improvements in nutritional measures, improvements in maternal health, and education will ultimately result in healthier children. It is observed that most effective investment for achieving long-term health benefit is educating girls. For instance, while 610% of mothers with middle school education immunize their children, only 310% of illiterate mothers immunize their children, and 100% provided prenatal care for their children compared to 50% of uneducated mothers. Some Nigerian women have made some marks in various professions. For example, Grace Alele Williams, former Vice Chancellor, University of Benin, Teju Osho, Managing Director of Teju Foams, and Olufunmilayo Kuti, a foremost activist and the first female person to drive a car in Nigeria. Through adequate education, women will be able to contribute meaningfully to social economy, political, cultural, and moral development of the nation. Evidence reveals that although most women in Nigeria may know little about modern contraception, more educated women tend to use and know more about them. The proportion of women who use family planning and child care increases with level of education. Educated women generally want smaller families and make better use of reproductive health and family planning information and services in achieving their desired family size. Women with more education also tend to have better families. There is a link between mothers' education, child nutrition, and growth. Promoting women education. There are several ways of promoting women education, some of which are highlighted below. 1. There should be proper orientation of Nigerians, especially parent community and religious opinion and religious leaders. 2. The gains of education must be properly impacted on parents to help complement the efforts of the government and school teachers. 3. Government, stakeholders, and other agencies that are responsible in running educational sector should promulgate laws to prohibit child labor. In cases where females are used to generate income for families by selling in the market or street hawking. 4. Teenage marriage should be discouraged. 5. Cultural and religion biases. For example, in cases where only males are enrolled in school because of limited resources, should be looked into. 6. Gender biases in content, teaching, and learning process should be looked into. 7. There should be promotion of employment of more female teachers in the rural areas, where they are most needed to serve as role models and assist in the mentoring female pupils so that they won't drop out from school. 8. Existing school curricula and teaching materials should be reviewed for gender sensitivity. Hindrances to promotion of female education. There are several hindrances to promotion of female education, some of which are highlighted below. In some societies, health challenges like menstrual pain could make females drop from school. Some cultures encourage early marriage, which is a stumbling block to female education. High level of sexual predation from men could affect female education. Female education and national development. The role of female education in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. Females have proven this by their roles in national development. The adage that says, "What a man can do, a woman can do likewise," has proven to be true. Female education helps the girl child to develop civic sense and learn to respect, love her fellow human beings, and to be a good and patriotic citizen. It also helps her to think, question, and judge independently. If not for female education, some women might not have maximized their potentials. Today, we have female lawyers, doctors, politicians, pharmacists, engineers, etc. In Nigeria, for instance, some women have distinguished themselves and have contributed immensely to national development. Some of such individuals include the late Professor Dora Akinyili. Summary. In study session 10, you have learnt that the International Human Rights and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria states that females should not be denied of adequate formal education. Female education enhances the child's maximum growth, development, and attainment of his or her full potentials. Leaders and government appointees should formulate applicable and resource-oriented policies that will aid the educational development of females. Cultural and religion biases, for example, in cases where only males are enrolled in school because of limited resources, should be looked into. Female education helps the girl child to develop civic sense and to learn to respect, love her fellow human beings, and to be a good and patriotic citizen. End of study session 10. Thanks for listening.